That's very clear here. How on earth is he going to do it without weakening all the squares in this position? You know, maybe b5 offers the knight b6, you know, maybe knight c4. Okay, but now we're confronted with rook fd2, really clamping down on black's potential break in the centre d5. So white's really got the centre under lock and key here. How on earth can Capa wriggle out of this? He plays rook d e7. Seemingly threatening to sack the exchange. I'm surprised he didn't just sack the exchange on the next move. There's no way I'd put up with this position for too long, especially after b4. There's restraint everywhere on all of this structure now with this pawn. This pawn's putting this structure under restraint. There's restraint on both sides basically. I'll be tempted really just to try and play a practical move here, like rook takes e6. Because otherwise white's just going to build up and build up and build up. But actually Capa just played king f7, and now we see a quiet little move a3, just seemingly a waiting move. What is black going to do? That's the question. Is he going to sack the exchange or isn't he? Well, Capa is very patient. He, you know, maybe he's confident that this is going to be a draw, and that's all he needs, a draw. Lasker won't win the tournament, so he doesn't want to take that risk maybe of sacking the exchange. I don't know, but the way he played it, he's offering himself the problem that white is going to increase and intensify the pain and the pressure here, and this next move doesn't do it that unsubtly. King f2, because now, you know, potential for g4, g5, and a rook coming to g1 is there. Also, the king's nearer the centre. If an endgame emerges, it's going to be useful anyway. But rook a7, giving a sign, oh, Capablanca's got it all under control. He's going to play a5, try and get some queenside counterplay. Fine, but now the attack starts. g4, not only gaining space, but there's a medal here to be achieved, the black king. So h6, and now we see rook d3. These rooks from the centre are showing great versatility on the third rank. So potentially the rooks can both double now on these squares. For a later h4, g5, this will tear down black's defences, get access to the 7th rank. a5 is played, and now h4. There's no doubt about it. Capablanca is on the receiving end in this position of a vicious attack. His queenside counterplay is non-existent really at the moment. Say the a file opens, you know, so what? This knight's protected, great. c2, that's the only thing to attack. Without this other rook and without these other pieces, this rook cannot do that much damage on this a file. But a takes b4 is played anyway, and now rook a e7. Capablanca gives up that dream, but is he going to play rook takes e6? His position is under total restraint. Now we see the move king f3, which tactically maybe creates a tactical liability in some variations. Okay, rook g8 is played, and now king f4. The king is actually assisting in the attack. It's shepherding these pawns to smash through all the barriers. But now Capablanca plays g6. Okay, g6. And what does white do? Obviously white doesn't want to play fg and lose the knight and just lose. He just plays rook g3, just holding the fort here on the king's side. He's not worried about gf, because then gf, okay, he can exchange a pair of rooks and then move his king again and move the rook. It will still be really dangerous, and black would have succeeded in just isolating both of these pawns. Now Capa plays a move which really does just allow peeling of the h-file later. He plays g5, check. He's committing his pawn structure here on dark squares. Okay, they're on a different colour to his bishop, but this operation hg5 is now latent, and white can do that at leisure, building up pressure behind the h-pawn before peeling open the h-file to gain access to a rook on the 7th rank. And not only that, this road which black created earlier can also be potentially used by white's rooks. So there's two entry points potentially into the black position here. So king f3 and now knight b6, and now we see one of the entry points being used, hg, and a rook comes to the h-file. Rook d7. Okay, maybe d5 is being prepared. With the king here, it's on the sensitive diagonal. Lasker sidesteps tactical variations and liabilities with king g3. and then proceeds strategically now to invade via the H file, an entry point. The bishop's also a tactical target. The knight, okay, it can go to c4 and e5 now. So is black getting some counterplay here? That's the question. Especially this e5 square. It could be valuable for black. But bishop b7 is played. Maybe there's an immediate tactical reason that if the knight does come to c4, the bishop will be unprotected on a. So maybe, you know, Capa's wary of that. So he wants to make that less of a liability there. Okay. But now, and this is not only a psychological move, it's a positionally crushing move. Well, I wonder if I give you 10 seconds, if you can spot it. If I give you 10 seconds from here. Okay, the clue was the e5 square. You don't want to give black a massive knight on e5. Black will get back in the game, maybe play d5, and your position is going to be wrecked. No, you take this opportunity to get a fantastic knight in the centre yourself. Although there is one already, why not get another? You've got two knights, get two knights in the centre. So e5, not only depriving black of the e5 square at the cost of a pawn, but now, knight e4, beautiful, look at this. If we look at the latent energy of these knights, they're absolutely monstrous. That knight is covering all these squares, and now look at its friendly brother knight is also attacking loads and loads of squares. So we have an immense amount of pressure here building up in the position with still this entry point of h7, and the 7th rank as another prize. Okay, so Capa plays knight d5 as his consolation prize, but he didn't really want that square, he wanted e5. From knight d5, does it really coordinate with other pieces? Okay, you can go to f4, okay, it's attacking b4. Right, is this a major issue, attacking b4 or f4? Well, now comes knight 6 to c5. Finally, that 6th rank knight finally moves. Okay. And where does the rook move to? Sorry, the knight coming to d5 also usefully protected against f6. That was a major threat, which is worth mentioning. But here, after this knight move here, this is becoming really problematic for black, because if rook c7, then knight d6 check, and then pick up the bishop. So the rook can't actually move there. So black is forcibly losing the exchange. So he actually played bishop c8. He's going completely downhill. So the exchange down now, and a rook infiltration. And remember, Capa usefully opened up the a file earlier, so white can also hijack the a file road into the black position to get two rooks also nicely coordinating on that beautiful 7th rank, which happens now. So rook f8, rook a1, and now check, and now in fact rooks on the 7th are not even needed. 7th and 8 provide a nice pin here against this bishop, making d7 not really protected by that bishop, and here is a killer punch. I hope you can spot it. Based on d7, what would you play here if I gave you 10 seconds? Okay, knight c5, simply threatening rook d7 mate. It's been a strategic masterpiece. Terrible blunders by Capa, a seemingly harmless opening, leading to a massively powerful central knight. Then later, Capa refused to offer, the exchange sack. So white just improved his position, made inroads on the H file. Black never got a decent knight. That knight was really just defensive to hold up f6. So black ended up losing the exchange, and the A file even got hijacked. What a total disaster. Apparently after this game, Capa just silently left, and there was massive applause for several minutes, which was unheard of at any chess tournament, because Lasker was in his old age. It was totally unexpected. The favourite was the younger guy, Capa, but he was just totally crushed, positionally, tactically, everything. He wasn't given any counterplay. Let's have a look at this game again. So it all started from the Ruy Lopez exchange variation. Please note, I'm not trying to popularise this variation. Oh, I can just see it now. Everyone playing this variation. It is a very good advert for the variation, as if there's no venom, and just giving yourself a backward e-pawn. But you know, it's fine positional play and imbalanced management of the elements in a really kind of profound way, completely restraining black counterplay. The cynic in me says, you know, black should have just done rook takes e6. There were loads and loads of opportunities, but no, the pain just increased. The positional play, and not only that, give White an A file to work with later as well. You know, White didn't even have to work for that A file. He just put both knights in the centre where they were highly destructive, with a very fine positional pawn sack. And of course black's going to lose material. The amount of positional pressure here is gigantic. F6, C5 under fire. These knights just say, oh, this is a visualization of the amount of positional pressure. And there's also this key arrow here as well, if we want to add to that. So the rooks can just cause so much damage. The knights are causing damage. So knight d5, knight c5, just winning the exchange. The rook can't move anywhere. So after losing the exchange, that's it. The rooks do the rest of the job with the remaining knight, knight c5. Crush. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.